good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. It's Monday, June 22nd, 2026, and it's 7:49. It's kind of late, a.m. here in Chicago. So, before I get into boxing gossip, let me just tell you about a comment I saw on TikTok. This guy posted on TikTok about Juneteenth, and he was saying, listen, I hope you all know that Juneteenth is for Black Americans, not you Africans, not you Caribbean people, not none of y'all. He was like, it is for Black Americans. And so he had thousands of responses. And now here's my take on it. There's a way to relay a message. Like, I feel as though he could have just, and he was mature enough where he could have done it this way. If you want to make it clear to people exactly what Juneteenth is, there's a way to relay the message. But listen, I understand the movement of, FBA, and I understand that it's very well necessary, the movement of FBA, because for too many decades, people who look like us have been coming into this country and thinking that they're better than us, thinking that their culture is superior to us, but that's not everybody. And here's my thing. For him to say that, like, what he has to understand is there are a lot of people here who are from other countries, and all they know is that Juneteenth has something to do with some slaves somewhere being freed. And to them, that's enough to celebrate. They don't care if it wasn't in their particular country. They just know that somewhere, somehow, some people who look like them were freed from slavery, and they want to celebrate. So I don't think people should be making videos telling other people not to celebrate Juneteenth, even if it's American history specifically. Like, I mean, let people celebrate, And so, I understand kind of where he was coming from with it, because for so many years, I just feel as though people from other countries never had the right amount of respect. They never bothered to learn a lot of the history of Black Americans, And so, even though I know why he feels a way, he sees all these people yelling, Juneteenth, Juneteenth, Juneteenth. And he's like, no, wait a minute, that's ours. You guys always go on and on about what's yours. Let us have something. So I get it. But again, a lot of these people here from other countries, they're Black, they're young. They're young. And they heard somebody somewhere got freed from slavery. So they want to celebrate. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel about that. Like, hell, let them celebrate, And salute to Texas, because a lot of states, I can definitely speak for the Northeast, we weren't really, celebrating Juneteenth, or even a lot of us didn't even know much about it until we were like, what? I don't know, teenagers or whatever. Some people even older, A lot of us, we might remember a couple of t-shirts that said Juneteenth on them, but, salute to Texas, that's what I'm saying. But, let these young people, they just heard somebody got freed from slavery and they want to celebrate. I know that's right, no matter where they're from. But I do understand him wanting to make it clear, that it's our holiday. Even though there have been people in the comments like tying Juneteenth to the efforts of other places, like I think I saw Haiti and all of that. But at the end of the day, we're talking about Black Americans, you know. And then one girl came in the comment section and was like, then we better not ever see you at any Caribbean carnival. So I tagged her and said, okay, now you can't tell us where to go in our own country, whether it's Caribbean carnival, African carnival, it don't matter. You can't tell us where we can't go. That's different from what he's saying. She talking about, I better not see you at any Caribbean. Now, excuse me, in the United States, we can go where we want. So she got a little beside herself. But she probably felt left out when he made that comment. You know what I mean? So it's a touchy kind of thing. But anyway, enough about that. You guys, whatever's going on amongst Tank Davis and Devin Haney, which I'll get into it for a little bit, and then Tank Davis and Shakur, salute to Just Do. About a week ago, I put in Just Do's comment section, what's going on with the Boots fight? It's like it's losing momentum as it gets closer. So now it's really seeming to lose the attention it should be getting. And I'm kind of side-eyeing the timing in which Tank and Haney and Shakur decide to do all of this online beefing. Like, I think it's kind of inconsiderate, and I think they are old enough to kind of, you know, respect their colleagues, so to speak, in boxing. Like, even if they're not close to Xander or Boots, like, you know their fight's coming up, and why are you like stealing all of this attention with something that has been ongoing anyway? It ain't even new. You know what I mean? It ain't even new. So why would you choose this week to start that up? It almost seems deliberate. And I'm kind of side-eyeing all three of them for doing that. Like, Boots and Zayas are fighting this week, you guys. Why are you guys on social media making sure you get a lot of attention? I don't know. I'm side-eyeing that, and I almost think it's looking almost intentional to me. You know, you never know. You never know with all of this unnatural shit that goes on in boxing, shit that doesn't happen naturally, shit that is staged. You never know. But anyway, since they did have the gumption to start this shit up this week, let's get into it. So, apparently, well, here's the thing. I don't know who started it, but the one between Tank and Devin Haney got pretty ugly, in my opinion. Now, if it were up to me, I would say Tank started it, because that seems more like something he would do. But Devin Haney can start his shit when he gets ready, too. But I heard it might have started from Bill Haney, which is a damn shame. Did Bill Haney call Tank a crack baby, and is that what started it? But I know that Bill Haney, well, I don't know, but I heard that Bill Haney called Tank a crack baby. I don't know if that's what started it or not, but I did read where Tank was like attacking Devin Haney, posted a picture of Haney on the canvas in the Ryan fight, and, you know, talking about how he was getting caught with Ryan's hook, whatever. So, I don't know if you guys know this about Devin Haney, but he has always been pretty sharp with his tongue. Devin Haney, he can get real, like, he can get mean. He can get real mean. You think Tank is bad or any of those other dudes are bad. Devin Haney can get really vicious, like with words, when he's ready. When he's ready. And so he's always been like that. And I think Tank forgot that sometimes Devin Haney ain't got no goddamn filter either. So when Tank posted Devin Haney on the canvas, this, that, and the other, Devin Haney went and posted, let me post a picture of Tank with his father since he won't do it. And he posted Tank with his mother. I'm like, holy crap. So here's the thing. In my opinion, that's where Devin Haney quote unquote won. That's where Devin Haney quote unquote won. And I don't mean he won because it was in good taste or because it was a good clapback. It was kind of vicious. When I say he won, I mean he made Tank Davis crack. He made Tank Davis kind of lose his cool and show a little too much emotion. And once you do that, I'm sorry, you kind of lost. And you could tell that shit really got under Tank's skin. And then to top it off, Haney said something about implying that somebody made somebody have to move out of their home. It had something to do with Tank and his mama. And Tank responded by explaining that that was a lie. Now you lost there too. Once you're in a war with somebody and you got to start saying that's not true, you lost. So Devin Haney, as mean as his clapback was, he won that. As far as a war of words and a war of the minds, if you're going to get into an online war like that, you got to stay mentally strong. You have to. You cannot lose your cool. You cannot crack. And Tank cracked, in my opinion. Devin Haney, man, and I've said this before. Devin Haney, don't fuck with him unless you really, really are ready for whatever could possibly come out of somebody's mouth. Because he's always been with the shit when he gets ready. He's a mean little fucker. he can get mean. Tank maybe, I think sometimes Tank forgets that he's not the only one, you know? So anyway, and then what is that? Whose photo is that on Tank's burner account? I think I know who it is, but I don't want to say just in case it ain't her. But yeah, he you know, shit. But let's talk about Shakur and Tank. So then they're in a war at words, and Shakur says something to him like, I ain't got no real beef with you, we're from the same place. And like Tank responds, we ain't nothing alike as long as you're fucking with him. So apparently Tank still feels a way about Shakur having a relationship with Richardson Hitchens. I guess Tank feels as though if you're cool with him, you are not cool with me. But you know, Tank, in that kind of regard, Tank he reminds me of 50 Cent. Like 50 Cent won't let you be cool with him if you're cool with any of his enemies. And to the point where he'll get petty, you know, and Tank is kind of like that. So, they're doing all of that. But again, you guys, that couldn't wait. That couldn't wait till after Boots fight. They're probably like, fuck Boots. But why? Like, let the man have his week. And you guys, they're stealing a lot of shine for Boots versus Zayas. But I just think it's in poor taste for them to do all of this now, to the point where I'm side-eyeing it. And if it did start with Bill Haney, then he did that shit on purpose. He did that shit on purpose to steal shine from the Boots and Zayas fight. And we've seen this before. Mayweather used to do this shit. Mayweather used to do shit like this. So, I don't know who started it, but if it did start with Bill Haney, he did it on purpose to steal the shine from the Boots versus Zayas. That's my opinion. Tell me your thoughts in the comment section, all right? Have a good day, everybody.